Yeah, on the subject of the spirit and the soul, one of your lectures, you were speaking about the fact that the mother, you received the spirit from your mother and your soul from your father.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're speaking on this the subject of two spirits and two souls.
Mm-hmm.
So which one of those spirits come from the mother, and where does the second spirit come from?
Oh, they both come from the mother. Um, it's like describing the differences between them. So, and the soul, like we said before, that when you say the soul, you're dealing with one, the breath, and then the other one dealing with your emotion, the emotional you. So, if you go back to the soul, spirit, part of that, it just gives you, like as I said, the two would be the ba'a soul and the rawa for the two souls, and the spirit being the ka'a and the nafas. So both of them, if you read what it says about them, as we were just going into on page, was it 90, on verse 92? No, it wasn't that one. Give me a moment to see if I can find it.
What's it about now, Cedric?
There's two spirits. But yeah, as far as we've been taught, they come from the mother. But actually, no, there's
Page one.
hmm.
Page one.
Say that again.
Page one.
No, we can't cover that already. No, you're right. I've just remembered something where I can't remember where the reference is though. Where the master is saying like, uh,
41.
no, there's something I'm trying to recall. Where he was saying like, the two, one comes from like your ancestors or like I can't find. But let me read what it says on this one. But I will try and find that quote. Are you in our Telegram group?
Yes.
Okay, I may have to find. There's a reference that it's not coming to me at the moment. But if we go to 45, it says we look at Paka'a called the spirit. No, is that what you just said? 45.
45. Yeah, I think
You
so.
you got it's bugging me to try and find that quote for you now that I'm trying to remember, but I will put it in the Telegram group once I find it. Where it's explaining that you got like the ones from your mother and father, but then you've also got the one that come from your ancestors that have crossed over, and then you got one that comes from the Natharu, but I just can't recall the reference.
Okay, so the ancestors, you're talking more about your immediate
Yeah,
ancestors, like four
your
generations,
immediate ancestors. Yes, four
right?
generations. Is there any other student teachers on the chat?
No,
Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna find that because you asked a great question,
I
and
can't
it
see
bugs
it.
me. It bugs me when yeah, she can try, but it bugs me when I can't recall or find something. So I make it a duty to find it. So
What
I'm
should I
gonna
say?
do that and put it in the Telegram group
Okay,
for you.
What should I say?
okay, perfect. Thank
Um,
you.
yeah,
Yes.
you're welcome. But yeah, I can't find it. There's a bit where the master actually speaks about. Let me see if I can remember where that is.
Is that very interesting? I find with this new family structure, so many people are, disconnected from their fathers or the other, right? So they grow up with just their mother, they don't know their fathers. And the fact that you're saying that the soul comes from the father and then the spirit comes from the mother. So in the case where there's people that are basically raised by their mothers, they don't have the presence of the soul, the father. Um, so I find that interesting when I see the behaviors of different people, without a father, or when when um, when the master teacher was speaking about the fact that the so-called African Americans have a half soul. So I
Yes.
find that. interesting that a lot of those people were raised just by their mothers.
It they because they're not present or not around, doesn't mean that they don't have it. But as you say, they it plays an important part. This is why the master, encourages both parents and both male and female to be present, because, as you say, the system is designed to separate and divide us so that you don't get both balance in terms of having both parents. And this is why, if you read the Gospel of Yanun on the Sacred Feminine, it starts to go into the details of how important that is to have both male and female. I'm just
There was something in the prism.
no,
So
it doesn't
that
ring a
backtrack
bell.
prism.
It doesn't ring a bell.
I wish
Yeah.
I had like that. Oh my God.
So you wish you had what? Sorry.
I'd love to have a library like that. Oh my God. I love books.
Yeah. If yeah, there's so many. I don't have so many books, and some of them they've walked away when I've lent them out to people. So I will find that reference. I can't recall what it is. It's something I was reading quite recent. Let me see. I don't think it'll be in this. Yeah, I think it's more on the Master Secret. But we found something else in the prism that
Okay.
might help. Let me see. Yeah, this is quite good. Let's read. Yeah, let me read from. I'll read from 76. It says, referring to the woman, she's the deity of the house. The father XY supplies the soul, breath, rawa, in the damam, in the blood, through his manam, sperm. The mother, 78, the mother XX supplies the spirit person, nafas, in bone, as them. They supply the flesh, right? So again, we already covered that the mother supplies the spirit and the flesh, which is jasad. And then 79, it says, and the ka'ah, spirit, and ba'ah, soul. And yeah, I think this is it, you might have found it, you might have hit the jackpot, yeah. And the ka'ah, spirit, and ba'ah, soul, and arkak, ether, is from, this is it, from the Salafu ancestors, linked to the Natharu overseers. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. My AI is on point. Yeah, so if you can get hold of the prism, I don't know how you did that. That's amazing. I was trying to remember this exact quote, because it explains here that you have the Ka'ah spirit and the Ba'ah soul, and the Arkak ether is from the Salafu, which is your ancestors, linked to the Natharu, the overseers. And then it goes on to 80 to say, all this is in the 9 moons or 3 periods of the gestation period by the rules of nature, and it's inherent. And the word inherent is inherent, because the mitochondrial DNA and the nuclear DNA and the records of genetic family from the beginning, which is, the woman being able to pass that from female, from to her female offspring, and then she passes it on to her female offspring, and so forth. Yeah, so
So what about
there's
what?
also another update, but go ahead. There's another update as well, which ties into when he's talking about the soul and spirit being outside of your body as well. That's linked to, I think that's linked to those two extra chakras that we spoke about previously. But go ahead, I'm going to try and find that as well, and if we find that, that would be great as well to tie into this.